This is the finale. This is the finale of Hellboy. But I'm about to explode this room full of harpies to try and kill the Iron Maiden snake.
Yes. Oh, God.
And if you know anything about Hellboy, that probably makes sense to you. And it makes no sense to us at all.
It makes no sense.
So I put out a fire...
9.
So this ability actually reduces my living flame by 2, but because I don't have any living flame yet, it just stays on +1. It would have been nice to have some living flame for this, but c'est la vie.
What does that do, buddy?
The living flame?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the higher it is, the more damage I add to my fire attacks.
Oh, really?
But also, if it gets to the top and increases further, I explode.
Ooh.
Which is not as dramatic as it sounds. I just become stunned and take like loads of damage. So it's not great.
Yeah.
I roll 3 orange dice and take that much damage.
Wow.
So of course the only time it's ever happened I took 6 damage.
Of course you did.
Of course I didn't. So the good news is now I'm going to roll a red die and everyone in Michael's space is going to take damage equal to what I roll. And then the harpy in my space will take damage equal to the die +1. So that's because of the living flame. It's
Cool.
+1. So that's pretty good. And
2.
2. So you take 1 because you're Hellboy and you're fire retardant.
Yep.
Then our snake lady takes 2 damage. And this is great because it bypasses her resilience.
Yes.
Which is the primary thing here. So actually having Inferno Liz on this it turned out to be really lucky.
Yeah.
And then the 2 harpies take 2 damage each as well.
Yeah.
So that reduces them to 2 hit points each.
Correct.
You've got a massive attack incoming though, so hopefully you'll survive that.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see. And then that's 3 damage to the harpy in my space, but there's more damage incoming in the end phase, which is also great. So he's down to 1, so hopefully he'll die and I can start shooting with my gun again. But for that, we're done. So now we move into the rest phase, which we cannot do because there's no rest phase in the confrontation. Then we go into the doom phase, which we don't do because there's no
Doom cards
either. So then we're straight into the end phase, where I'm going to resolve all of these infernos. So this is damage for the inferno in my space. 3. The harpy's dead. If only I'd done that for the other space. And this actually creates another fire in an adjacent space, but I cannot because they're already full of
5.
infernos. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to roll for the space you're in, and I'd like to have a 2 or more, please.
Yes! Well done.
The harpies are dead. Everybody
1,
dies
2,
to fire.
3. She goes down 3.
This is so outrageously lucky.
It is, totally. I get 1 more.
You take another damage, Hellboy. Alright, and then we've resolved the end phase. We get our action cubes back. The frog spawn moves.
Does she not attack me?
Actually, it can't move. She will in the minion enemy phase, which is coming up next.
Eek!
So, I don't think the sinister birds move. I don't know why they're not more worried about the fire. Maybe they're sitting up in the rooftops somewhere in the rafters. But they just hang out there. Mm. And what I liked about that attack was I didn't have to roll any dice. Well, I mean, I didn't have to make any tests. I just rolled these red dice for straight up damage.
Which is great.
Which is so good. So, in this particular situation. So, now we are back to the enemy phase. And the first thing that happens is you draw a boss behavior card.
Do you need to roll for these dice? These fires?
No, because if you're on the other side of a door, you can't be you're not counted as adjacent. So the fire can't explode out of this room.
That's good. Cool.
So there's no damage, nothing to damage, so we're okay.
Good. Right then. It my go.
It's her turn. So when you go into an enemy phase with a boss on the table, you draw the boss card first.
Agents in boss's area spawn a minion A and a minion B in the boss's area or as close as possible.
Well, the good news is she didn't attack you. The bad news is she just made a bat storm and a wolf.
Eek.
And now they're going to attack you. Does she have any special rules that we're missing?
No, she just can't be stunned. But if I roll the skull, she doesn't take any...
If you roll a catastrophe when you're fighting her, you do no damage and then discard an action cube instead. Yeah. That sucks. Alright, cool. So...
Discard an action cube forever, or does that go?
Otherwise you'd wind up with no turns. Just can't play the game anymore. Yeah. But now you're under attack. First by the bat swarm.
So they have attack of 5.
Melee attack of 5.
But I've got to downgrade
2 dice. I think more, actually. Hang on. Yeah, actually, you've got to downgrade 4 times.
Why?
2 for the sinister birds and 2 for each other enemy in your space.
So I've literally got 2 dice.
Well, wait a minute. You've got 3 oranges normally, right?
Yeah.
So 3 downgrades puts you on 3 yellows. 1 more downgrade takes away a yellow.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got 3 dice. This is really bad.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think I'm going to partake in this final too much.
Just roll. The best you can get is 4. Well, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So I can reroll. Or I can get 2.
Well, then take the 2 because the best you can get on a reroll is 2.
Yes.
So you take 3 damage. Because these are 50-50 1 or nothing. Yeah. They're the worst dice.
Oh dear, dude. So if I... So I filled all these up now.
Yeah, so if you take more wounds, you'll start flipping them to the red injury side.
And then when they all are flipped up, I die.
If they're all red and you take another damage, or the damage would take you over the red sides, then you're knocked out. There's a potential that you can still come back so long as I'm not knocked out. If we're both knocked out, we lose.
Right. Okay. Well, that's the swarm.
So now it's the wolf. He also does 5 damage, and you still only have those 3 dice.
Oh no. So yeah, I lose 5.
Well, fortunately, there's no other wolves or werewolves. But your catastrophe cancels out your 1, which means you take 5 damage.
This is not good, buddy.
It's super not good.
So I lose a cube. I lose another cube. I can't even remove both birds. That's what I was going to do. I was going to if I'm not going to be much use to you, I'll remove the birds.
You can't actually remove the birds so long as they're in the same space as our enemies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can only... So what we could do is spend 2 insight to move them to my space, and then I could clear them both.
Is that good use of your action?
I think so, because otherwise I'm going to be throwing garbage.
Agreed.
I'm going to be downgrading...
Because really, I needed to be there to punch everything, and it's just been bad luck that...
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that what we could have done was used some of your dice to upgrade this, but I don't think spending an action to add a yellow die is worth it. Yeah. So you've still got 3 actions, right?
No, because I'm minus 2 cubes.
Yeah, but that only takes effect in the end phase.
Oh, I see.
That's we haven't talked about this yet, but Michael's got injuries now. These 3 here will automatically downgrade the relative check. So this will downgrade a die on shooting, examine, and fighting. These 2 mean that in the end phase you refresh 1 fewer cube. So at the end of this round, Michael will be refreshing 1 cube, which sucks. But for now, you still keep the 3 you already had from the last end phase.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the worst thing.
So I think in the interests of getting the most out of you and your fighting ability, I should actually just spend 2 insight, which allows us to move the 1 sinister bird to an adjacent space for each insight. Mm. And then I'll spend 2 actions to clear them both.
Makes sense.
Because now you can do some punching, and hopefully if you do 3 punches, you might even heal some damage.
Correct.
That's my thinking.
I like this thinking, buddy.
So what we've got here is
do I have to heal... Can I pick 2, or do I have to go back up the track?
Back up the track.
So
yeah,
annoying.
It's just they were just dealt out in the worst order. But you could use an action cube to use your iron shoes, which allows you to do a fight against each enemy in your space. So that's 3 fight actions for the price of 1.
I definitely would like to do that.
Yep, see, I thunk it all out ahead of time. Alright, so what you should do first is kill off the bat swarm, because they're going to take away your last action cube if you don't kill them.
Yeah.
In the end phase, you'll have nothing.
Nothing. What, but use the iron shoes?
Well, yeah, so start with the iron shoes. Yeah. And we'll resolve the fight against the bat swarm first. Might as well. There's no reason not to.
So I get 3 red.
But then you have to downgrade 2 of them because there's 2 enemies in your space. But then you upgrade 1 because of the ancient blade, meaning you wind up with 2 red and an orange. Yeah.
So this bat swarm first.
Bat swarm first.
Reroll.
Yeah, the question is, do you reroll all of them?
Yes.
You have a 50% chance of getting higher and a 1 in 6 chance of getting lower.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get more on those red, surely. It's all 3.
That's what I said earlier, and then I rolled double blank.
5.
5. So that is...
Resilience, none. They dead.
No, they're down to 1. They have 6 health.
Ugh.
All right. Unfortunately, as well, they will die to fire after you refresh cubes. So you really need to kill them before the end phase.
But that's fine, because because I'm just on my iron shoes, so I get to attack everything.
Yeah, you've got 2 more attacks.
Yeah.
You can't use them every time, though. The iron shoes is a one-off.
Correct. But I'll attack the wolf now.
Cool. We'll keep that one. Reroll those 2. You roll the reroll symbol a lot.
Yeah.
Reroll and catastrophe are like your faces. So that's 5 damage, which kills the wolf.
He has resilience 1.
Yeah, and 4 health.
Yes! Woo!
Whoop, whoop. All right, now you're fighting the big boss. So if you wanted, because we spent 2 of these already to move those sinister birds. Mm-hmm. If you want, you could spend 1 to reduce her resilience by 2. But I think maybe wait to do it later.
I think maybe you should, yeah.
We should save that for when we're doing a really powerful attack.
Yeah, exactly. I need to get rid of the bats first.
Yeah, exactly. Your next, in fact, your attack now will go back up to 3 red because you've killed the wolf.
Oh, brilliant.
But do we want to 3 reds? Well, I can do a 3 red attack. No, I can't do a 3 red attack against her. No, I think wait. Yeah, kill the bats first. Then maybe if you have 1 punch left, you can use the last insight.
Yeah, but I've got to attack. I'm still in my iron shoes, aren't I?
Yeah, this is your last iron shoes kick. So that's 4, which does nothing.
Because she has resilience 5.
Yes.
See, this is so bad. There's literally that's rolling 1s.
Or rolling 6s.
True.
The probability cares not about whether it's good or bad for you.
But it's the bad side.
Yeah, well, probability doesn't care about good and bad sides. Probability is what it is.
Bad.
But that's spent now.
Well, let's kill the bats. Let's use my second cue for the bats.
Yep.
And I can use all 3 red die, can't I?
Yep. Catastrophe. But at least the bats have 0 resilience, which means you do 1 damage and kill them.
Oh my
You
word.
are the catastrophe boy.
Okay. See, it's because it's on camera. I bet if it wasn't on camera, I'd be like acing it.
I know from playing games with you personally that that's not true.
Lies, all lies.
That's all lies. Remember Quacksequedlinburg.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So that's done.
That was
and
so bad.
We've got
So
you've got 1 action left. I've got 1 action left. So let's math out who can do the most powerful attack. I can do a flame blast, which will be red dice plus 1, or I can do this attack, which will also be the exact same thing. Actually, it makes no difference if I use my flame blast. Because there's already fire. And to the submachine gun. The submachine gun would hit multiple targets, but there is only 1.
Okay. Well, why don't you just do the submachine gun then?
Why don't I just do the flame blast?
True story. Well, which would you like? Which would be more dramatic? I think flame would be more dramatic.
I'll just hit her with a flame blast. So this is not better than your attack. Unless you think +1 is better than a black die upgrade. I'm actually going to have to downgrade one of these die, though, because you're in that space. So, yeah, your attack is better.
Shall I do it? Shall I do my last attack, then?
It makes no odds, really, who goes in what order. Okay. So that's 9, minus her 5 is 4 damage, please.
That's amazing.
Oh, no, +1, though, so that's 5 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a boss roll.
Swingy game. All right, over to you.
I feel like I got very small dick syndrome now. It's like comparing at the urinal.
Is that what you do?
No.
You've outed yourself now.
Like, I would never do that.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's the same size as everyone else's, fine. Yes, I will do my roll.
Okay, you get to upgrade one of those to a black die.
Do I?
Yeah, because your ancient sword.
Oh, because the bats have gone.
And the wolf is gone. And the birds are gone.
Yes. Come on. It's time to whip it out.
Oh, wait a minute. You should have been downgrading every single attack, though, because of your injury.
Oh, I should. But that's fine, because I didn't do anything. Oh, I killed the bats, though, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, actually, all three. You didn't do anything to her. You killed the bat and the wolf. But I don't think we can go... I don't fancy going back and doing all of that, so just downgrade this attack and we'll call it a day.
Sorry, guys. Got too excited.
God, Michael. I literally just explained that in front of everyone, and then you ignored it.
See, I'm not coming back anymore. I'm not allowed.
It's alright. In 2 more turns, you'll have got it.
Wow.
When do we choose to spend the insight?
It's bad. It's bad because I lose a cube.
Oh, yeah. But this was your last one anyway.
Yeah.
But when did we... can I just see the case file that refers to spending insight? When an agent makes a fight or shoot action that targets the boss, they can spend an insight to count its resilience as 2 lower. Well, we did say that we were going to spend the dice on your attack, the insight on your attack, so I think we have to give it up, even though it was garbage. Because that reduces her...
Well, no, we didn't agree that, did we?
Yeah, we said we were going to use it on your attack because it was better. And now you just don't want to use it because you've rolled junk.
No. See, yeah, true. But what I mean is, sorry, I would have totally not spent that because I'd forgotten we said we were going to do it. We didn't, confirm again that we would.
Yeah, but I think it also makes it recompense for all those dice we forgot to downgrade. So, we said we were going to do it, and then we forgot to do it. We also forgot to downgrade a bunch of dice. I think it averages out.
I think it averages out.
So that reduces her resilience to 3, which means you've still done nothing.
The worst.
You have catastrophe syndrome. I don't know what's going on with you. Yeah, but actually your damage does literally nothing because of her iron skin. It doesn't even cancel 1 dice, it cancels all of them.
It does, buddy.
Oh, dear.
It's bad. It's so bad.
Alright, well, never mind. So that's the end of the agent phase. We're going to skip over the next 2 phases right to the end phase.
I'm sorry, I'm going to die this time.
Quite possibly, yeah, but that's... c'est la vie. I'm going to... I'm still completely healthy and feeling quite good about my odds, to be honest.
That's good.
And all we have to do is kill her. You don't need to live.
I'm feeling this is very common in our games.
So I don't need to.
I feel like I die quite a bit when we.
Well, you're the melee guy. You're gonna die first over the range.
Nemesis, I died after helping. Explore.
I feel like I went out my way to help you in Nemesis.
No, you did. What I'm meaning is...
Although we both went out our way to help Ollie.
Yeah. But then...
God, we got so many rules wrong in Nemesis. When the stretch goal constant comes, we'll play again with all the correct rules, I promise. I promise. So, back to this. I ignore this fire because I made a fire. So we're going straight over to you, and you're going to take 1 damage, but she's going to take 3. You're still not dead yet.
I'm still not dead.
But you're about to be. And she takes 3 damage. But that's kind of fine because you get to soak up 1 more hit, and also you're only refreshing 1 cube this round.
Yeah.
So you're not really going to be that
much use anyway.
Yeah, well, we don't even know what she's going to do. She didn't even hit you last time.
Proper bossed it again, buddy.
I'm making up for all of your terrible dice rolls. Yeah. This game. I've taken no damage except for smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
So we are now back into the enemy phase, and we're going to draw boss behavior card.
Okay.
Dum bum bum.
Blast. Discard this card and draw another.
Okay, cool. Do that.
Summon minions. Spawn a minion A and a minion B in the area that is as far as possible from any agents, but no more than 1 room away from the boss. The lead agent chooses the exact area. Yep. So it's
a bat swarm and a wolf. Bat swarm and wolf. They're the beasts on the board. Uh-oh, we have to kill these now, too.
Yes.
Elite, but she didn't attack you. So the bats are cowardly, are they not?
They are.
What is their territorial thing?
This enemy replaces its cowardly tag with a brawl tag if there is an agent in the same room.
Right, which there's not. So it actually goes 1, 2. We're actually going to have to chase that down and kill it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Because the mission is to kill all the enemies.
Well, you might be. I think I'll be dead.
The wolf, on the other hand, is going to go 1, 2, and then it's going to have to pick between you and me. Because you're the lead agent, it picks you and moves into your space.
Uh-oh.
And then you move to the back of the priority track.
There we go.
Cool. And now the wolf's going to attack you.
Right.
And you're going to get 1 downgrade for your injury, 1 downgrade for the boss, and 1 downgrade for the Inferno.
Oh my word.
Because I forgot that Furnas also downgrade Hellboy's dice. They just don't downgrade Liz Sherman's because she's made of fire.
Oh my word, dude, this is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no way. You can't actually survive this because it does 5 damage. And you've got 1 hit point.
I have to get 3 1s and a 2.
Yeah, and a double hit, not a ×2. Or a wild. There's 2 faces on that die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you get a wild, then that's it. It'll save you. Yeah. I don't know what the odds of that actually happening are. Because it's quite hard to work out independent probabilities.
I don't think it's going to happen anyway, so we're all good.
The odds are probably not great.
May the odds be ever in your favour. Oh god,
Fingers crossed for you, Hellboy.
It totally would have been picked in the Hunger Games. Ah!
that was like the probability of rolling that was exactly the same as the probability of what you needed.
Oh god.
That's so funny. This has just not been your game. Wow, that's hilarious.
Wow. Oh, bye-bye.
Okay, so you are now knocked unconscious. So you take him, put one of your action cubes in his space.
This?
Yeah, in there.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right. I'm now going to kill both of those things with 1 attack. Take those.
Okay.
So that's the end of their phase because the bats and the wolf activated, and now it's me. And I'm going to avenge Hellboy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 cube to shoot my incendiary submachine gun into that space.
Cool.
I'm going to spend another cube to upgrade it, and another cube to upgrade it again.
Wow.
So I'm doing 1 red dice and 2 black dice plus 1.
Nice.
And this is going to hit both targets.
Oh yes, because it hits the S.
Because it's a machine gun. Alright, that's not terrible.
That's not terrible. You can have a ×2 for that.
Oh yeah, so that's 6, 7, 8, plus 1 is 9, which kills them both.
Way! Well done, buddy. See, that's what I should have done.
The wolf only has 5 hit points. She's got resilience 5, which reduces the 9 to 4, and then she's got 3 hit points left. So she's done.
2. She did!
Done.
Well done, buddy.
Alright, cool. So that's the end of the agent phase. Oh, at the beginning of the agent phase, you should have rolled to see if you come back. Because I'm still alive. So do that.
How do I do that?
Roll 3 orange dice. If you get no blanks, then you come back.
Who's betting that this is not going to happen?
Yeah, I agree.
So no, but I need no blanks.
No blanks. Alright, cool. So that's resolved now. So we're into the rest phase, doom phase, skip it. End phase, I'm not rolling for fire damage because it matters not. So we're back into the enemy phase.
This is hilarious.
And now we're into the agent phase. Roll to see if you come back. Nope. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're into the doom rest phase, which we skip. Doom phase, which we skip. End phase, nothing happens. So then we're back into the enemy phase. And now we're into the... wait, is their movement... Oh no, their movement's 4. It should be here.
Okay.
It can't go any further away, so it just stays there.
Nope.
Nope. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to shoot it with my fire gun. I guess I'll use fire. I'll use living flame. We'll use living flame. We'll set this room on fire too. Go. Wow.
Wow.
Well, I guess I'll just use this to
reroll.
To reroll these two. Yeah.
Why don't you reroll the 1? Wow.
I do 2 damage.
I'm sorry. My bad rolling is infectious.
Wait, 2 damage. That's incredible.
Wow.
What shit. One of us has to roll bad, and you're not here to do it. So I'm going to get my actions back. I'm not checking any of that. We're into the enemy phase. The bats now attack me. Because... And they do... what do they do? 5 damage.
5
okay,
damage.
Cool. So I'm going to roll for defense here. If I get killed by these bats, how funny will that be?
Oh, that'd be so dumb.
That'd be so funny. So I've got 3 defense there, and I can reroll the blank.
No, why don't you do 2? That's 5.
It's not wild, it's a reroll. God damn it. So that's 2 damage, and then I take a... Up on the... when I take damage, I increase my living flame track here by 1. And then it's the beginning of the agent phase, and you can roll to see if you come back.
No!
God damn it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flee back here, which causes me to take...
Hellboy's lazy. He doesn't want to do it. It's like, no, I'm sleepy. No, I'm done.
So when you move out of a space containing enemies, you must decide how many you want to evade. For every enemy you evade, which is to say you leave behind, you take 1 damage. You can also take them with you. And every enemy you take with you doesn't cause a damage, but they're still in your space. So either the enemies will follow you around as you move, or you can leave a certain amount behind, choosing to take damage. So I'm going to take 1 damage because I left 1 bat swarm behind, which increases the living flame again. That's 1 for movement. Now I'm going to shoot him with my flame blast.
Go. Die.
Die, bat swarm. So that's
5.
6, 7 for the living flame. He's dead.
Bye-bye.
And we've won!
Hey!
Congratulations, Purple Cube!
When I say we, I think you.
Oh, you were helping. You were there to suck up all that damage. Look how much damage I took from 1 bat swarm.
Yeah.
So there we go. We've defeated all the enemies on the board.
Wow. I think we were super...
I'm
you were badass.
I'm assuming that the encounter cards don't actually count as enemies on the board because we haven't explored them.
Yeah.
I guess I'm assuming we'd have to go into those rooms.
Because didn't you say you don't flip the encounters when the boss is triggered?
Only under certain circumstances. Right. If you get a bad boss confrontation trigger, then you'll flip all the encounter cards and populate all the rooms, and then those enemies will all just start running at you. Mm-hmm. And you might... Anyway, we'll talk more about this in our final thoughts. Yeah. But if you want to catch the final thoughts for Hellboy, you want to make sure you catch that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. And I hope you've enjoyed coming on this fiery adventure with us. I certainly enjoyed burning everything down as Liz Sherman, even though I didn't do that much conflagration because of that stupid twist card. Does anyone want to know what it was?
Yeah.
If you don't want to know what this is, then don't look.
Then look away now.
Is it just me, or is it getting kind of hot in here? Oh, it just increases the damage of Infernos.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that probably would have been good for me. And for you. Because it wouldn't have made a difference to either of us.
No.
Huh. Well, there you go. No. You just never know what you're going to get out of a twist. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But do you really want to run the risk?
You're just lucky that it doesn't affect you.
Yeah, I like Liz, actually. I've decided I like the Inferno thing. It's great.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind about it completely. It's just a shame that it downgrades your checks. But then it does damage, area of effect damage to everybody all the time, which is awesome.
Helpful.
So this has been Ready Steady Play on Hellboy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Please come back.
Well, if I wake, I don't know. I might not wake up. If I keep rolling blanks.
Yeah, I'm going to make him sit here and roll dice so he doesn't get a blank. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye.